Hello there, in this tutorial I'm going to show about terminal services configuration. So let me show you terminal services configuration. We start and we should choose terminal services and here terminal services configuration. So here you can see the connections which are actually currently running as RDP from a desktop protocol and double click on right click properties. So this is journey tab. Uh, you can see the type is RDP TCP, and one thing we already learned about it is NLA thing. Remote desktop with NLA. So when we uncheck this, then it compromises with network level authentication and all the earlier version like Windows XP Server 2003 user client able to log in terminal service from those computer. Windows XP Service Pack 3, not Service Pack 2. We have to uh, enable Service Pack 3, upgrade to Service Pack 3. So those remote desktop which having a shell of 6.0 version will work properly. So we can't compromise network level authentication. This is what the journal tab is all about. Now log on settings when you see when you access our remote desktop connection, IP address, then we have to give username and password. So username, for example, domain slash username backslash username. So if a particular user or if lots of users are having same credential or they work on something on some organization or some group which having which which is not security, which not having that security related thing, and the user only are working a particular server or particular software or particular application, then uh, when there is no security related uh, things there, then you can give a particular username. So that username will apply to everyone and that domain will apply to everyone. Currently, when we put a user client provider login information, then no matter if domain is same or not, we have to put the same domain, or if it's different then it's different, but we have to give username particularly for the client. If the client having access, then only that username will apply to log on. So we can share username, we can share domain, even we can share password between user. So this is very similar thing. If you fill this thing, it will run according to. Or you can see always prompt for a password, so only username and domain will be allowed and password will be according to user. So I'm just doing by default thing. Now here we'll have session. Uh, Session will have override user settings. For example, if you choose this and end of discontinued connected session, for example, never or active session, for example, uh, it's never 1 minute and 2 minutes. You can give an active session like that, or idle session limit. Uh, for example, if that session, if user are using session and let it disconnected, or if we get busy on other things, then it can you can do a settings like that, so that our user were not allowed like that. So let me work on this. So for example, currently we have idle session. For example, I just put 1 minute and let it and disconnect the session never, active session never. So it's all about how long the session will be. So idle session apply, okay, and for example this is to a 7 machine, MSTH3 connect came at 1 2 3. So it will start a session, and if you as a user, if you put that session till 1 minute without using it, for example just let it like that, so it will automatically give me an error. Until unless I don't use that session, it will be like that and it will disconnect it. So I didn't make a disconnected changes. You can see session recurrent, session logged on for 1 day, 7 minutes, disconnect for 29, so it's giving me a whole lot of things. Now if I put this session to 1 minute, then it will give me an error. It will give me an error, and I won't use that session. Then it will give me an error. It will ask me to either use the session or disconnected it. We didn't make it, so I just pausing a video. Uh, it will be have like this, and we get the error. So let me clear that thing that time. Okay, you can see this error is started. I got the idle time expired. C session has been idle over this limit. It will be disconnected in 2 minutes. Press any key now to continue the session. And if, for example, I don't use it, it will be disconnected, and I have to reconnect it back by giving a username and like that. I have to reconnect it in 2 minutes. So I gotta press this. Now I saved myself. Now what I will do again, I will set to 1 minute and it will give me the error. Sometime what happened that client uh, start doing any other work, and it won't able to concentrate that we actually left something. So it's good for a security reason. Sometimes good for uh, security concerns about server. For example, a person left the computer like that, and if some other sit into the computer, tries to access and start accessing, then it might mess with the security, and security is the biggest problem on such terminal services. This is what it's meant for session. So this will actually give our user uh, actually save the user in some extent, that for example a user not working the connection, not working the terminal server, then automatically get disconnected and not by the user. So this is what this tab is all about. Now environment, we already learned about environment, that how our user, when actually you put the environment thing in user particular, we goes to administrative tools, active directory users and computers, uh, test one properties, and at the environment tab. This is the another method to use this environment thing. We actually done this practical before, but like this, by following this method. But by using terminal services configuration, you can use environment from here also. You can see do not align an initial program to launch, run initial program or run desktop, or you can give a sort of following program that the user log on. So whenever user logs on from the client, from the give a authentication, logs on to the client, and then give a path of that particular program. Either you created that program or it's by default from Microsoft. You can give the path. like this. So I'm just currently cancel it, and so I'm just don't want to give anything. Now security, uh, this is our group and our username security. Currently our group is manager, and to client is test1, test2. We gave authentication. You can see the more desktop authentication. We gave authentication to this particular manager group, and whatever user gets add to this group will allow to make changes or allow to use terminal services. You can make changes from here also. Create like this is remote desktop users and have all authentication. For control is not there, user access there, guest access there, administrator has all access. So this is what you can make changes by going advanced network adapter. Now you can make changes here, like for example a particular, like I only have one adapter is PCI fast Ethernet adapter. uh, the servers can have more than 2 or 3 adapters, so you can allow those adapters whatever. You can select those adapters from here so that your user will only be use the network from those adapters. Unlimited connection, maximum connection, for example 2 terminal service user are accessing server at the same time, so you can maximize the time. For example, if your server is getting a problem, uh, performance related problem, so by maximizing the connection you can save save some uh, save some memory power, whatever is. If your server is getting hanged and too many users are accessing terminal service from the same time, then it might cause server issue, might cause server a speed issue. So you can minimize this client. I'm just currently using the unlimited connection. Client settings, you can use color depth according to your need 24 bits. Redirection, it's like code drag from Windows printer, so it's according to you. Now remote control, this is a very cool thing, and we will use remote control. We will actually do a practical on remote control in upcoming videos. So this is what the properties of RDP TCP protocol. Uh, so if you learned something from this, like we already do a practical on this uh, security, nothing to worry about, network adapter, nothing is there. Are client setting, again it's not log on setting, is just a log on credential, so you can manage that from here. Session, we already do a practical in this video. So hope you learned something about this RDP protocol properties. This came from terminal services configuration. Hope you learned something from it. Thanks for watching.